Welcome to the latest Motley Fool scoreboard. I'm on in Chockville, and we've got longtime fools Travis Hoyam and Tyler Crow giving a 1 to 10 rating to Moneyball Rec, 3M, ticker symbol MMM. Rate the strength of 3M's business first, including factors like industry and competition. A 10 is invincible, a 1 is hopeless. Tyler's at a 6. Travis, you're at a 4.
Yeah, 3M is an interesting one. I used to work at 3M, and I think when you look at the business, you actually have to look at the culture. And the lab was really the key part of the business. The mistakes, like Scotchgard and Post-it notes, were really key to the company's growth over the course of a century. But then you get to the 2000s, and these managers like Jim McNerney come in to operate the business. They cut lab expenses. All that innovation has kind of been squeezed out of the business. So I'm not really sure a U.S.-based manufacturing company that's not really innovating the way they once were is really where investors want to be. And we've seen that in their performance over the last 15 years or so.
Yeah, I said 6. This is kind of a tough one to score because it certainly is nowhere near the company it used to be. I'll give some credence to the idea that they're trying to reestablish that. New CEO William Brown is trying to reestablish that position of innovation kind of driving the results of this company. We've seen a couple green shoots in that sort of realm. Its operating metrics look much better in recent years, and the cadence of deploying new products, whether they're minor tweaks or not, is picking up. So there's something there. It still has a long ways to go, and I think on the bottom line there's no guarantee it will get there. There's still some outstanding product liability issues that could be huge drains of cash in the future.
For management, a 10 is Warren Buffett, a 1 is Homer Simpson. Tyler's at an 8. Travis, you're sticking with that 4.
Yeah, I'm going to be consistent if nothing else here. Nothing really against Bill Brown, but he's not a 3M'er. I think this is a hard thing coming into a company like this. It is all about the culture. And when you're coming in from the outside, that isn't necessarily something that you can give lip service to it, but it's not necessarily something that you're going to be able to foster in the way that, the kind of the legends like William McKnight at 3M built. And so I think some of these this new product talk, they've been talking this way for 20 years. Even on one of the recent conference calls I listened to was talking about, changing colors in Post-it notes or in Post-it strips. That's not real innovation. So we haven't seen sort of these big products that have defined 3M. Until we see those needle movers, I just don't think that management is doing everything they can to extract what they can out of the company.
Yeah, I gave an 8, and I do like what I've seen from Brown so far. I think they were really stuck in a rut, and I was much more bearish about this company 2-3 years ago. Again, it's not like I'm saying that they're good to go, but I think he seems to have an eye for what drives value at 3M to a certain degree and isn't trying to paper over poor performance with acquisitions, which seem to be a calling card of the late 2000s, early 2010s.
For financials, a 10 is a fortress, a 1 is yikes. Tyler's at a 5, and Travis, you have a 4 for every single one of those M's.
Yeah, look, the compound annual growth rate since 2008, that's when I left 3M. Maybe this is just coincidence, but it's negative 0.1%. Yes, that doesn't include divestitures. I wasn't driving that much value. So, but their operating margins are down, still have $12 billion worth of debt. I want to have companies that are able to play offense, and it seems like a lot of defense. And you know what? We're going to be a little better operationally. That's not the kind of thing that I want from an innovative company.
I had 5. The financials are definitely the weaker spot. I think the margins are down, but they're not atrocious in that sort of sense. And the rates of return look fine. And I would say no egregious balance sheet crimes on paper. But again, the thing that I really am concerned about more than anything else is the off-balance sheet liabilities that are coming from product class action lawsuits and things like that they don't show up in the financials, but they are there and they are significant.
Tyler, let's talk valuation. How well will 3M stock do over the next 5 years, and how safe is it? 10 is a sure thing. 1 is a lottery ticket.
Yeah. I did 10 to 15, and this is a lot of caveats here because there is a safety of 3. And if all we had to worry about was monitoring a turnaround, operational performance, maybe getting some new products out there, I think the safety score would be higher. I think, I think the foundation for a turnaround is starting to show up, and they could do well if all they do is maintain that current progress. But the chances of a punitive class action lawsuit decision could take any of that and just render that kind of useless. So I think it's really too much of an unsafe sort of return.
Yeah, and I went 0 to 5% and a safety score of 5. So maybe kind of the opposite. A little bit lower expectations, but a little bit higher on the safety side. 26 times earnings for a company that's growing basically as fast as inflation. Even right now, I think it was 3.5% in the most recent quarter. I'm just not confident that innovation engine is going to kick in, and this is going to be more like a high single digit or even low double digit growth company. So it's just not high expectations for me.
Thank you to both Travis and to Tyler. They given 3M a low overall score of 5.0 out of 10. Believe it or not, that's up from the 4.0 Travis and Jason Hall gave it a little over a year ago. But 3M had very nice returns in between then and now. Has given Travis some guff for that earlier, but that is a short period. We look at 5 years and beyond. For Toppets, Travis prefers Donaldson and Tyler prefers Honeywell. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up is United Rentals. Till then, Fool on.
I did it!